Hey guys, so I'm not going to make this intro really long, but today is going to be a DIY Christmas party that I'm sure you guys are going to love. So if you're thinking about having a Christmas party, I definitely recommend making some of these treats and DIYs and whatnot. So yeah, don't forget to like and subscribe, and without further ado, let's get into the video. So I thought I'd start us off with some games. So first off is a gift exchange kind of fun little game. So basically I will leave links to all these websites and everything that I talk about down below, but there's a description and a rules of play so that you guys know how to play and everything. But basically you just print off this sheet of paper, you cut it up, put it into a hat, and have each person draw out of the hat, and then that's who they have to trade gifts with. It's a lot of fun, so I definitely recommend trying this one out. Some more fun games are minute to win it games. I love minute to win it games so much, only these are Christmas edition. So basically it has the rules and everything for play, and then it has the name of the game and everything. But there's also a video that you can play that does it just like the actual TV show. It's pretty awesome. I'm just gonna let you guys watch it really quickly, but it's so cool. I think it'd be so cool to actually play the game and be able to actually play the video while you're doing it. I just think that's really cool. So yeah, I'll leave the link down below, but there's actually like 17 different games on here, and they all have a gameplay video, so I think that's pretty cool. Another fun game is Christmas trivia. So basically just go to Google and type in Christmas trivia or Christmas trivia questions and just click any of the links that actually look fun and exciting. But here on this website it has all the questions, and then at the bottom of the page it has the answers. I think it'd be a lot of fun to see how much each person knows about Christmas. This game is kind of a classic, but it's Christmas bingo. I think it's a lot of fun to play, and you know, you can use M&Ms or Hershey Kisses as your little playing pieces, so I think that'd be kind of fun. Basically just print this off, cut them out, and then you can play. Now I'm going to show you guys some treats, and the first one is this peppermint bark Chex Mix. It's so good. So all you're going to need is some Chex Mix, some crushed candy canes or crushed peppermint candies will work too, some white chocolate or almond bark. Just to know that white chocolate chips do take longer to harden as opposed to almond bark. You're also going to need a glass bowl. So I'm going to start melting my white chocolate in the microwave in 6-second intervals until it's completely melted. Just keep your eye on this because it does burn pretty easily. And while that is microwaving, I'm just going to take a spoon and crush up my candy canes. You can definitely do this in a blender or a food processor. I just thought I would do it kind of the easier but messy way. So now we're going to measure out 6 to 7 cups of cereal. I only did 4 cups because that's all I wanted to make, but you can definitely make more or less. And basically, if however much cereal you want to add is fine, whether you want more chocolate than cereal or you want more cereal than chocolate. And same goes for the peppermint, if you want a lot of peppermint or not very much peppermint. It just kind of depends on your liking. Now then, our chocolate is liquefied and we're just going to pour it over our cereal, and my bowl was really hot, so I used a hot pad. Just be careful that you don't get your chocolate on your hot pad. Anyways, now we're going to take a spatula and we're just going to mix that up into our cereal and make sure our cereal gets evenly coated. Then we're going to add the peppermint, stir that in, and then we're just going to lay it on some wax paper. Just make sure it's kind of flat and not like a big pile of cereal. And then we're just going to let that harden. You can add more peppermints now if you would like as well. And once it's hardened, I'm just going to break it up and place it into a bowl. Now you can eat it or put it in gift bags and give as gifts. Speaking of gifts, I thought I'd show you guys a quick little favor that I did. So basically I just took these little bags that I found at Dollar Tree and some candy, and I just filled the bags with the candy. You could also add maybe a chapstick, a nail polish, or little erasers, pencils, whatever you'd like to add, or just give each person a little individual gift that each person would like. Whatever you want to do is cool. So then I just took the top flap and I folded it over and stapled it so that way it would stay shut and people wouldn't be able to peek inside. Now I'm going to show you guys how to make these easy and delicious cake mix cookies. All you're going to need are 2 eggs, M&Ms, sprinkles, a 1/3 cup of vegetable oil, a cake mix. I'm using a yellow cake mix, but you can use whatever flavor cake mix you'd like, and a bowl. So we're just going to pour our cake mix into our bowl, and we're not going to be making this like a normal cake. We're going to be just adding the eggs and the oil. So now I'm going to add the oil, and then I'm going to add the eggs. And now I'm just going to take my spatula and stir it up until it's well combined. Now that it looks like a cookie dough, I'm just going to add 2 tablespoons of sprinkles. You can definitely add more if you want more sprinkles, or you don't have to add the sprinkles at all, but it just makes it a little more festive. Then we're just going to stir those in. I'm just taking a 3/4 inch cookie scooper and rolling my cookie dough into balls. And then we're just going to place these on an ungreased cookie sheet. My cookies did stick a little bit, but you can definitely grease it if you'd like, but they came out the pan just fine. Now we're just going to take a glass and some flour, and we're going to wet the bottom of our cup just a little bit, and we're just going to dip it into the flour, and then we're going to set the cup on top of our cookies and flatten our cookies down. And you want your cookies to be about 1/4 inch thick. Now that our cookies are all flattened, we're just going to press M&Ms into the top, and then we're going to preheat our oven to 350 degrees Fahrenheit and bake them for 7 to 8 minutes. Mine only took 7 minutes to cook, so keep your eye on them and make sure you don't burn them. Once our cookies came out of the oven, I just put them on this really cute plate and served them. They were so good. I definitely recommend making these. Now I thought I would show you guys my table setup, so I just took this spiced wreath candle, which smells really good, and I lit that. And then I just added a blue tablecloth onto my table, some Merry Christmas confetti that I got at Hobby Lobby. Here are our little treat bags. We have our peppermint bark Chex Mix in the bowl. I also added a few mugs with some candy cane kisses in them, but you could add obviously whatever kind of candy you would like. I also have these little cabochon type things that I put on the table. This one looks like a cookie cutter. And then we also have our cake mix cookies. There's another one of the mugs. We have this little centerpiece thing that I made in a room decor video. I'll link that video down below and on the screen. We have my candle here, and then we also have this little ornament vase type thing that I also made in a room decor video. Again, that will be linked down below. And then there's that little Merry Christmas sign that I also got from Hobby Lobby. And here's a quick overview of the whole table. Now I thought I would just show you guys a few pictures, so here are some pictures. Last treat, which would be a great breakfast item, are these gingerbread donuts. I forgot to take a picture of mine, so credit to A Kitchen Addiction for the picture. Here are the things you're going to need. You're going to need 1 cup of flour, 1 teaspoon of baking powder, a 1/4 teaspoon of baking soda, 1 teaspoon of cinnamon, 1/2 teaspoon of ginger, a 1/4 teaspoon of allspice, an 1/8 teaspoon of cloves, a 1/4 teaspoon of salt, a 1/4 cup of brown sugar, 1 egg, 3 tablespoons of molasses. I'm using pancake syrup because I couldn't find molasses, but you can also use dark corn syrup, 1/3 cup of milk, 1½ teaspoons of vanilla, and 3 tablespoons of melted butter. So in a small mixing bowl, we're going to add all of our dry ingredients, so the flour, baking powder, baking soda, cinnamon, ginger, allspice, cloves, salt, and brown sugar. And then we're just going to take a whisk and we're going to whisk that all together. Now in another small bowl, we're going to add our wet ingredients, so our egg, molasses, milk, vanilla, and our melted butter. And we're just going to whisk all that together as well. Now I'm just going to pour my wet ingredients into my dry ingredients, and we're just going to whisk all of that together until it is just combined. Now I just took a Ziploc bag, placed it into a cup, and I'm pouring my batter in there. This just makes it easier to put into the donut pan and makes it a whole lot cleaner as well. Now then, I have greased my donut pan really well, and I've snipped the tip off the corner of my Ziploc bag, and we're just going to pour our batter into our donut pans. So I did not fill these full enough. You want to fill them 2/3 full. I didn't really know how much the donuts would rise in the oven, but they didn't rise very much, so make sure you fill your donut pans a little more than I did. I'm just going to take a napkin and clean off the batter that got onto my donut pan, and I'm going to preheat my oven to 350 degrees Fahrenheit and bake them for 7 minutes. While our donuts are baking, we're going to make the glaze, so you're going to need 1 cup of powdered sugar, 1 tablespoon of hot water, a 1/2 tablespoon plus a 1/2 teaspoon of milk, and a 1/4 teaspoon of vanilla. I added about a 1/2 teaspoon of vanilla though because I feel like it needs more vanilla than a 1/4 teaspoon. Then we're just going to take our fork and we're going to mix it all together. If you need some more liquid, just add a little bit of milk at a time. If you're not sure if your donuts are done or not, just take a toothpick and insert them into the center of the donut, and if it comes out clean, that means they're done. Now we're just going to take our donuts out of the oven and let them cool. I let my donuts cool on a wire rack, and I've placed a cookie sheet underneath the wire rack so that way it can catch all the frosting. And the first time I tried to drizzle the frosting onto the donut, which didn't work out too well. So then I just ended up taking my donut and dipping it right into the glaze and just dunking it in the glaze. So basically I only did this once, and the donut soaked up all the glaze, so then it looked like there wasn't any frosting on the donut. So I would recommend doing this twice. Dunk the donut once into the icing and then let it kind of like soak into the donut, and then do it again so that way there's a bunch of frosting on your donut. And you can do this 2, 3, 4 times, however many times it takes for the donut to actually look like there's frosting on it. So yeah, as I said, I forgot to take a picture of the finished donuts, but here is what they kind of look like. So these were really, really good, and if you like gingerbread, you're definitely going to like these donuts. That is all for this Christmas video. I cannot believe it's almost Christmas. I hope you guys have enjoyed my Christmas series so far, and I hope you guys will enjoy the next few Christmas videos that are to come. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll talk to you guys in the next video. Bye guys!